Giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Yakar HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well in this teaching, 100% truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 and the rest of the men, women, and children of the great multitude of the elect. I'm the brother Magun Shalamar. The title of this video is "For They Sleep Not, Except They Have Done Mischief," and this is dealing with the wicked ruler of this earth, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. They cannot even sleep. The Lord said they can't sleep well unless they've done some type of wicked, and that's coming out of Proverbs. So we're gonna play this video. This video has been going around for the last few days, as you can see, saying that the what that happened over in Venezuela wasn't an act of natural cause. It was done by Esau's and his magicians, and his witchcraft. So we're gonna play this video. It's fair use, not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only. Fair use. So it says, breaking news: Venezuela earthquake, viral claims, mystery after the quake. Viral videos sparked debate in Venezuela after the earthquake in Venezuela. Many left that something opened under the ground. Following the devastating earthquake that struck northern Venezuela on June 24th, viral videos showing unusual red flashes and glowing lights led many on social media to speculate that something had opened beneath the ground. And few videos shows these flashes, they said, happened right before the earthquake. And so I got another video I want to share. Again, fair use.
Looking for oil in the ground. I found 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate, with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HARP uses a billion watts beamed straight into the ionosphere for experiments. Picture these strings on the piano as layers of the earth. Each one has its own frequency. What we used to do is beam radio waves into the ground, and it would vibrate any strings that were present in the ground. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's natural gas. We might get a sound back like, and we say, that's crude oil. We were able to identify each frequency. We accomplished this with just 30 watts of radio power. If you do this with a billion watts, the vibrations are so violent that the entire piano would shake. In fact, the whole house would shake. In fact, the vibrations could be so severe underground that could even cause an earthquake. In 1983, I did radio tomography with 30 watts, looking for oil in the ground. I found 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate, with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HARP uses a billion watts beamed straight into the ionosphere for experiments. Picture these strings on the piano as layers of the earth. Each one has its own frequency. What we used to do is beam radio waves into the ground, and it would vibrate any strings that were present in the ground. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's natural gas. We might get a sound back like, and we say, that's crude oil. We were able to identify each frequency. We accomplished this with just 30 watts of radio power. If you do this with a billion watts, the vibrations are so violent that the entire piano would shake. In fact, the whole house would shake. In fact, the vibrations could be so severe underground that could even cause an earthquake.
So you see, it's amazing how that devastating of an earthquake took place, and they're immediately talking about, you know, Esau was doing something in the sky and playing around with this thing that they use to detect oil inside the ground. They could do that. They got those resources to do it. You know, so that's the information there. We know that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. That this man has. He has these. Esau has these devices at his hand. He can do these things. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation. Salaki, I kind of got distracted for a second. Let's get Revelation chapter 13. Verse 14. Let's start at verse 11. It says, "And I have beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." And that's talking about America being reincarnated of Rome. And the two horns like a lamb that spoke like a dragon was the fact that America is a democratic system. It has a Republican and a Democrat on one side of the House of Congress, and those are the two horns that it's speaking of. And they want to pass the law. They try to influence the people that this law is good for them, it's for their sake. They speak in soft words, but once that law comes into effect, once that bill will go into law, you see the heinous of that law. You see it's geared to what? To bring down and keep down the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian. You know, and it's only for benefiting the small hats, the Oppenheimers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. These are the only people that's really going to benefit, are the international banking family. It says, verse 12, "And he is exercising all the power of the first beast before him." And that's first beast before him is talking about the ancient Roman Empire. "And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." Right, because ancient Roman Empire fell. It fell, but it came back into being through so-called United States of America, which is the ancient Roman Empire all over again. "And he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire come down from the heavens on the earth in the sight of men." And those are the miracles that he do. He can cause that. He created the ICBM missiles. He could cause the lightning, whatever, to change the make the earth shake. You know, they got those type of technologies that a lot of those things that they do have, like the other apostles always bring out, we don't even know about those. Some of the weapons that they do have, secret top weapons, man, that we haven't even seen yet. This devil has all of this at his hands, and he he does great wonders in this world, man. Esau, Edom, so-called white man. It says 14, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." Right, in the sight of the people on the earth, he has all these miracles that he could do, like make the earth to quake. You saw those red beams up in the light, up in the sky. Those are the miracles. Those are some of the miracles that this devil can do. It's through his witchcraft, through the left-hand side. It's all coming from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. But he's getting it from his left-hand side. He's getting his information from Satan. The angel Satan is giving him this information to go into these molecules, to understand, the way things work that's invisible to the eye. He's getting all this coming from the Father. Why? Because the Lord is going to use his own instruments for his own demise. Everything that he's created is going to backfire on this. It's going to backfire on him, and he's going to, the ICBM missile is going to hit in America. Everything that they created to hurt other people is going to hurt them. It's going to hurt Esau, Edom, the so-called, and the international banking families, so-called white man. It's going to bring America down in 1 hour when Yahweh Shah returns. This place is going to be destroyed. It says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that's talking about the ancient Roman Empire, their philosophies, their religion, everything about ancient Roman Empire. America has copied, is doing the setup of their legislation, you know, their pastimes. You got the arenas, you got the gladiators. Who's the gladiators today? You got these 7 feet tall football players, basketball players, you know, out there beating each other up on the rink. You know what I mean? Everything to appease the people, to get their mind off of what's going on behind the scene. You know, what America is really about is to bring in that RFID chip, you know, that's going to come about the whole entire world. That's what Esau, that's what the elites really, that's what their game plan now is, that world dominance. It said, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's the time we're coming in. We're coming into that, into the hour temptation, where the whole entire system, you got to be down with Esau's system. If you're not down with his system, if you're not going to take that MOTB, then guess what? If you're not with Esau's system, you're going to be kicked out of that system, or you're going to be placed in prison, or you're going to be beheaded. But you're going to be part of his system, the whole entire system, you know? It says 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that's talking about that chip, that RFID chip. Radio frequency identification. That's what that chip, that's what the RFID means. It's going to be, all your information is going to be included inside that chip. That's part of the word charagma, which is Greek for mark. This physical thing. It's a physical thing that you're going to have to take. It says that no man might buy or sell save he have that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And like I said, all that is part of the whole entire system, because you're going to get that mark, you're going to have his name, you're going to have that number, which is 6, the key size stigma. That's Esau's number, and that's going to be included in that barcode. That's the information. That's part of charagma, the grapha. That's the marking of information that's going to be contained inside of that chip. When they scan that number, that barcode, that all information of you going to come out on that chip. They're going to know who you are, your blood type, your medical history, your political views, everything about you. They're going to know where you're supposed to be at, where you live, are you out of your zone, everything. And they be able to cut your chip off when they want to. Yeah, this is what this is leading up to. This is why this is, you know, so important to understand that video as to what this devil can do, the miracles that he can perform. So you can't just say, oh, nobody can do that. This is just a conspiracy. No, we are not ignorant to Satan's devices. Meaning this dude got so many devices that we're not aware of. And see, that's how the devil keep the earth in blindness, because he'll never know that he is the devil. He doesn't reveal himself. It's through the Holy Spirit that the Lord is revealing who Satan really is. The counterpart of Satan is the so-called white man, Esau Edom, the wicked on this earth. This is Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. You see that? They sleep not, except they have done mischief. See, they can't even sleep a good night's sleep. The small hats, the international banking families, they're always conjuring up something. How can we take out the Israelites? How can we get our birthright back? What can we do? How can, this time is speeding up, how can we just destroy them? They're constantly trying to win back their birthright. This is no joke, man. You know, this is why the elders, apostles, great millstone on down teaches this truth ain't no joke, man. This ain't nothing that you just. It's not for you come here to get laughter, get enjoyment out of. This is real. This is a real battle going on, man. Esau knows that his time is about to be up. And them international bacon families, they know that they going into slavery. 1,000 years of hardcore captivity. And after that, they're going to be rounded up and taken off the face of this earth, man, extinct. So this ain't no game for them. It says, verse 17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You see that? This is what they eat. They eat wickedness. They drink violence. This is what this devil do. They eat that shit. They drink that shit, man. They about that. They about that life. You know, of wicked, violent life. That's what they do. This is who this devil we're dealing with, man. That's why Yahweh Shai has to come back and destroy this motherfucker, man, and destroy his kingdom. Because he blessed them. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai blessed Esau with this sword. Why? Because just so when he take him out, his name gonna be made famous on this face of this earth. The Lord named Yahweh, and his only begotten son named Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. The name gonna be famous. Be made famous when he bring down this devil, man. And we're about there, waiting on this MOTB to come out. So with that, I pray, Yuzat Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKadosh. Again, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom.